Hello everybody, yes it's me, GhostCritic. I'm back with a Wednesday New Comic Day video. I've just come back in from visiting my comic book store, got changed, and I'm going to show you what I picked up, which I think was a nice healthy-ish stack of about 12 books this week. And despite the fact that I even said on Twitter that I had about 12 books to pick up and I would not be getting anything else, I did. And I'll show you that extra special little treat for myself in a minute. Because first I need to shout out 4 new subscribers. Yes, over the last 7 days 4 people have decided to join my merry band of viewers here on my channel. And they were Nick Shadow 199, Son of Sam 73, Oreste Trit TRT, and finally, I'm really sorry that I'm probably going to butcher your name, but Mark Wisnowski. Sorry Mark, but thank you very much for hitting the subscribe button and joining me along the way with my comic book output here on YouTube. If you subscribe to my channel in the next 7 days, you'll get a shout out next Wednesday. If you do regular video uploads, I'll put a link in the description bar below and point people your way. If I remember right, it was Son of Sam 73. He does regular video uploads, lots of comic book hauls, so please go and support his channel. What other details have I got to tell you before I show you the books? Did a comic book review video on Sunday. Thank you to everyone who's watched that, because it was a stonker of a length at 50 minutes. I'm not keen on doing these long videos because we've all got better stuff to do, let's be honest. But thank you to everyone who has watched that already and commented and liked it, shared it and all that good stuff. And then you got an extra video yesterday. I'm sure you're fed up of seeing my face, but I'm back again. But I did a comic book haul. I went away over the weekend and we visited a new town we hadn't been to, and I found somewhere that sold comic books, so I bought a lot of them and then showed them off in a video yesterday. Again, thank you to everyone who's watched that video already. If you haven't, go to my channel page, go to my video uploads, and you'll see it all there. Now, it's a bank holiday this weekend in the UK. We have Monday off, so I'm going to try my hardest to get this week's comic book review videos actually out on time on Sunday, but it might be a day late. So if you don't see it on Sunday, don't worry, I've not fallen off the face of the earth. It will be in on Monday instead. Okay, so before I show you what I picked up on my regular pub list, the extra little thing I bought this week, and basically only because it was half price, was this oversized hardcover of Noah by Aronofsky and Handel, with art by Nico Henrichsen. I never know how to pronounce that. He's currently doing the art on Doctor Strange at the moment, and you'll see him in a minute. But this came out, I mean, it's quite old, is it a year, a couple of years now? But my comic book store was having a half price sale on graphic novels, so this should have been £22.50 and I got it for 11 quid basically. And I remember hearing Dr. Monkeybot Adam talk about this, and I always follow his recommendations. I know he's going to steer me right on good books, and he had a lot of positive things to say about this, so I thought I'll give it a go for half price, 11 quid for this nice big. There's a little bit of a dint at the bottom, can't really see it on there I don't think, but it doesn't bother me, and again I got it for half price, so no biggie there. So that was the thing that I really shouldn't have bought. Let's get on with the books that the new books that I picked up this week, and we're going to start with the main 2, starting with DC. Issue number 8 of Commandy Challenge, 8 of 12 of this maxi series, which has been in a little bit of a trough and just kind of bringing itself back out again to more of the enjoyable adventuring rather than the grim and gritty that we've had from kind of unlikely sources, to be honest. I didn't really expect it from Bill Willingham, from his kind of fable stuff, but he really went there. But we've talked about that already. I mean, Commander Challenge, it's one of my favourite Kirby DC creations, and I'll certainly be seeing this to the end. Talking about Jack Kirby, this week's one shot is a Manhunter. This is an oversized special. This has got a couple of stories in and one of the original reprints of the Jack Kirby's original stories and artwork at the back. Again, these have been different. They've been varied in quality. They haven't been truly bad. But again, not necessarily keeping in with the true spirit of Kirby. If you watch my discussion on my comic book review video on Sunday, where I kind of break down the 3 that have already come out, you'll understand what I'm saying there, so go and watch that. On to The Flash, issue 29, the next part of Negative, where we're dealing with Barry Allen and this kind of weird new souped up suit that does lots of different things that it never used to do after being trapped in the negative force by the then Reverse Flash. Enjoying The Flash. This bit, as I said before, I want this to be, again, not so grim and gritty, not so negative. I'm more of a happy-go-lucky Barry Allen as the Flash, enjoying his adventures, but having a little bit more fun with it and not being so mopey. But still, a good title to be picking up if you want to try something new out at DC of their Rebirth range. On to Marvel, we've got issue 3 of Zdarsky, Kubert and Belair's Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man. If you like in your kind of old school late 80s, early 90s Spider-Man, then check this book out because it certainly has that feel. But really having fun with it. Doesn't take itself too seriously, though Zdarsky may need to kind of come back a little on the humour. He kind of really goes for it when he's going to be funny, rather than, you know, it doesn't have to be funny all the way through, and that's what we've got to kind of balance with Zdarsky's writing. But still, glad I'm picking up a Spidey book. Issue number 25 of Daredevil. I think this is the conclusion to the Supreme storyline, which I've not been greatly impressed by. It's been quite serviceable as a kind of courtroom drama with a little bit of action behind it, but I'd like Daredevil to have more of a adventuring time rather than a courtroom time in this book. We'll see what Charles Soule's got coming up for Daredevil. I'm actually surprised they didn't do anything special with this, because you know what books are like, the comic book companies like, when they get to issue 25 they have that weird kind of, oh, it's an anniversary issue, but not this time. So it's just a regular sized issue, I'm afraid. Penultimate book on Marvel is Becky Cloonan's The Punisher, issue number 15. I can kind of breathe a sigh of relief very soon, I believe, because I think it's James Robinson is coming on to write the book. No, not James Robinson, Matt Hollingsworth, I beg your pardon. Yes, he's going to be taking over the book, and honestly not a moment too soon. If you heard my review of the last one, was not impressed, and a lot of you agreed with me, thank God. It was a nice try, Becky, but just wasn't a fit for you. Someone did send me a link or tell me about it. I had to find it myself, but Becky Cloonan did a podcast and about her time on The Punisher and working with Steve Dillon and etc. And I kept hearing her saying she wasn't actually that much of a fan of the Punisher. Well, guess what, Becky? It showed in this book. Clearly one of those, it's like the actors who do films just to make the money, you know, pay the bills kind of thing, even though they think it's shockingly bad. I think that's kind of the case here, where, you know, she had to pay the bills, Punisher is what she was offered, so she took it. And we all had to suffer for it. Well, we didn't, but I did. Issue number 24 of Doctor Strange, still part of the Secret Empire tie-in, so we've got more of Baron Mordo, and we've got these unlikely team up of Kingpin, Doctor Strange, Spider-Woman, Daredevil's been trapped. You've been seeing some low tier characters like Cloak of Cloak and Dagger. There's been Iron Fist in there, some other kind of lower C-listers, B-listers in there, but it's been, I've enjoyed it. I'm kind of getting used to Nico's art, but probably by the time I actually do get used to it, he'll probably go and we'll have someone else. But I enjoy Doctor Strange anyway, so I'll still be reading that for as long as it will continue on, until everyone's forgotten that there was a Doctor Strange movie, and the hype of it all has died down until they do a Doctor Strange 2. On to Image, and only one book from Image this week. I know there was a few number ones out, but it was a big week for me. I wasn't picking up anything else. But this is issue 2 of this 6-issue miniseries, Lazarus X plus 66. These are kind of like, although it's like a 6-issue miniseries, they are 6 separate stories dealing with 6 separate characters within our Lazarus universe, looking at the people who are living within this this kind of post-apocalyptic world where it's not kind of governments that are running the countries, but these warring families. So it's a nice take on that, and it's nice to see these kind of one-shot stories from characters that have to inhabit this universe. Last month's issue was fantastic. I put it as my pick of the week. It was that good. I'm hoping for the same for this one. A couple of comics from Dark Horse, yes, there's more. We've got Cullen Bunn's Conan the Slayer. Well, there's not really much to say about this. I do believe this is the start of a new story. Oh no, we're still in The Devil in the Iron. I thought we'd finished this storyline. My God, we're still going on. This must be the final part of this particular storyline. I can't see, and I don't really want to spoil the end there. But yes, we're still on with that storyline, but it's Conan, and I love Conan. Much fun adventuring on that. Matt Kint's Department H. Here we go with more craziness, and he's made it even more weird now. There's giant turtles that wants human sacrifices, it appears. That's how we ended last issue. So it's going to be interesting to see how that weaves into this, what was a murder mystery story that turned into a bit of a survival horror tale that's now turned into just this kind of almost acid trip of a book, but loving it nonetheless. Matt with his wife Charlene doing everything in the book in their own inimitable style. I've really enjoyed this. If you've not been reading this, check out if you can, the back issues, or indeed the trades. Finally, we've got Exo Man of War. This is issue number 6 and the concluding part of General. I believe the next storyline is called Emperor. So whether this is another kind of promotion for Arik that we've got in here for the Exo Man of War, I'm not sure, but fantastic book, lovely artwork on here, nice kind of painted effect on this by Doug Braithwaite and Diego Rodriguez. Doug Braithwaite has done a great job in taking over. I think was it Giordano on this? I can't remember now, but he's done a suitable, if not, just as good job as the previous artist, and I'm glad I did pick this up. I don't usually go for the Valiant books, but really enjoyed this, and like Matt Kint's writing on it. That's it. That's everything this week. I'm going to go and start reading those, get them done and dusted, get some thoughts and opinions in my head to spew out my mouth into a camera and let you know what I thought of all my books, and hopefully within all that there'll be a pick of the week. Until then, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.